What just happened outside the headquarters of HYBE? Why did BTS's golden maknae, Jungkook, suddenly appear completely alone, without his usual tight security team? As the world continues to replay those 12 unforgettable seconds, the streets of Seoul seem quieter, almost holding their breath. The moment Jungkook walked out of HYBE alone didn't just spark curiosity, it set off a wave of emotion that rippled across continents. Every social media platform, every news outlet, every fan community became part of a collective heartbeat that seemed to ask the same thing. Why was Jungkook alone? No one expected it. Not on that ordinary afternoon. Not without warning, not without the familiar crowd of security and staff that usually surrounds the global superstar like an invisible wall. This wasn't a stage. This wasn't performance. This was raw reality, unfolding in front of a world that has watched Jungkook grow from a boy with a dream to a man with the world in his hands, and yet, on that day, he looked more human than ever before. Hours after the footage surfaced, major Korean entertainment outlets scrambled to verify the timeline. Dispatch reporters reportedly contacted HYBE officials, only to receive the same brief answer. "We have no comment regarding artist activities at this time." That single sentence has become a riddle of its own. Was HYBE protecting his privacy or concealing something more significant? Outside the HYBE building, fans have begun leaving flowers and letters, as if sensing that the quiet act might carry a deeper emotional layer. Some of the notes are hopeful, "Thank you for showing us your true self." Others are more worried. "Are you okay, Jungkook?" The energy in the air feels heavy, yet sacred, as though something intimate just slipped through the cracks of a perfectly managed system. Meanwhile, global media outlets have picked up the story, each adding their own interpretation. American magazines call it the day Jungkook walked alone. British tabloids label it the silent rebellion. In Japan, the headlines are even more emotional. Jungkook's step that echoed across the world. But beyond the headlines, beyond the speculation, there lies something that no report can fully capture the feeling. Because what people saw wasn't just a man walking alone. It was a symbol of something larger: freedom, fatigue, courage, or all of them at once. Inside HYBE, whispers are reportedly circulating among staff. One anonymous employee claimed, "We weren't informed of any special schedule, but we saw him in the hallway. He smiled politely, like always. But his energy felt different, peaceful, but heavy." Another added, "He was carrying something in his hand, maybe a notebook. He always carries one when he's thinking deeply." Could that notebook hold the answers everyone's searching for? Jungkook has long been known to jot down lyrics, reflections, and fragments of his thoughts. Some of his most heartfelt songs began as quiet notes on pages no one was meant to see. Could this visit to HYBE have been about new music, something raw, something real, something he needed to face alone? If so, it would make sense. Jungkook's solo work has always been intimate, sometimes hauntingly so. He writes about solitude, purpose, and the strange weight of fame. Perhaps this walk wasn't a mystery at all. Perhaps it was art in motion, a message expressed not in words, but in silence. Still, that doesn't explain the absence of security. No staff member, no manager, no van, just Jungkook in the world. A calculated decision or an impulsive act? Every angle tells a different story. Some observers noticed another strange detail. As Jungkook left the building, a white car parked across the street flashed its headlights twice. He glanced toward it briefly, then looked away. Moments later, the car drove off. Who was inside? A friend? A contact? Or simply coincidence? No one knows, but the footage has sparked endless debate. Even stranger, minutes after Jungkook vanished from view, the security team at HYBE suddenly appeared at the entrance, scanning the area as if realizing too late that something unexpected had just occurred. Was this part of a larger plan, something only he and a select few understood? By nightfall, Seoul's skyline was lit up by curiosity. News anchors discussed it like a national mystery, analysts debated its meaning, and fans across the globe turned their timelines into emotional diaries. A fan from Argentina wrote, "He doesn't need a bodyguard to protect him. His soul is stronger than anything." Another from the Philippines said, "That's the Jungkook we fell in love with, not the idol, but the person." From New York to Jakarta, from Paris to Sao Paulo, people are united by one emotional thread. They feel him even when he says nothing. There's something almost poetic about it. Jungkook's silent walk outside, HYBE has done what no press release ever could. It reminded the world that even the brightest stars sometimes need to step into the shadow to find themselves again. Yet questions linger, hovering like ghosts. Was this his way of sending a message to HYBE? To To BTS? To the fans? Or was it simply an unguarded human moment caught in the wrong place at the right time? Rumors about an upcoming solo documentary have also begun to surface. Some believe cameras had been rolling secretly inside HYBE, capturing a more personal side of Jungkook's creative process. Could this moment have been part of that narrative, a symbolic prelude to what's to come? A producer close to the company hinted, if people think that was just an accident, they might be underestimating him. Jungkook plans everything carefully, even silence. But even if that's true, what kind of story is he trying to tell? Freedom? Transformation? Or is he quietly warning the world that change is coming? Adding to the intrigue, an anonymous Twitter account claiming to be linked to a HYBE employee posted a cryptic message that night. Sometimes, to find the truth, you have to walk alone. The post was deleted minutes later, but screenshots have already circulated worldwide. The phrase "walk alone" has since become the emotional symbol of the moment. It appears in fan art, song edits, and even graffiti on Seoul walls. For millions of fans, it represents courage in solitude, the idea that sometimes strength isn't in standing before thousands, but in standing with yourself. Meanwhile, analysts and entertainment journalists are watching closely. Could this small act signify a shift in HYBE's management style, or even in BTS's collective direction? The company, known for its tight control and strategic secrecy, has been unusually quiet. No denial, no clarification, nothing. And in the world of K-pop, silence is rarely accidental. Behind the scenes, it's whispered that Bang Si-hyuk, the founder of HYBE and the man who discovered BTS, has been reflecting deeply on the group's future after their military service ends. Could Jungkook's appearance without security be part of a broader conversation between artist and agency about independence, evolution, or even departure? It's impossible to say for sure, but if you look closely, everything about that moment feels intentional. The timing, the posture, the simplicity. Like a carefully written poem disguised as a walk. As the world obsesses over the visual, few notice the sound. In the background of one fan video, you can hear the faint echo of his footsteps against the pavement. Steady, calm, rhythmic, almost musical, as if each step carried a hidden beat of truth. Those who listen closely say it's hypnotic. Each step seems to whisper, something is changing. And maybe it is. The following morning, fans noticed something peculiar on Jungkook's official Instagram bio, a single dot where text used to be. No caption, no emojis, just silence. Within hours, millions began decoding it. Some think it's a pause, a signal that something is loading. Others say it's symbolic of emptiness, the calm before a storm. A few hours later, HYBE's lobby lights flickered briefly, caught on livestream by nearby fans. To most, it meant nothing. But to the passionate watchers, it felt like a heartbeat, a sign that inside those walls, something big was happening. By now, what began as a 12-second video has become a worldwide phenomenon, dissected by experts, debated by fans, and felt by millions. Yet no one has the full story. And maybe that's exactly how Jungkook wants it. Because mystery has always been his language, and silence has always been his power. The more the world demands answers, the quieter the truth becomes. But one thing remains undeniable. The image of Jungkook walking away from HYBE alone is no longer just a piece of footage, it's a symbol. A reminder that even in the glare of fame, solitude is not loneliness, it's strength. Could this moment mark the beginning of Jungkook's rebirth as an artist, one no longer defined by walls, contracts, or image, but by authenticity? Or will it remain an unsolved mystery, echoing through the hearts of those who watched him disappear into the Seoul light? The truth will surface someday. But for now, the world waits, breathless and wondering, what happens when the world's most guarded star decides to walk alone? Because sometimes it's not what he says, but what he doesn't say that shakes the world the most.